So, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Here, before we get started, I want to see. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there's snow. Got lots of snow. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about is knives, and it is. I think it's something that you need to think about. Now, let me see. Knife. The idea of knives in the way of self-defense. This is what I want to talk about in the way of self-defense. Now, in all the third world countries that I've been to, a knife would be could be used in a self-defense scenario. Now, I personally, I don't think I would want to. Personally, I wouldn't want to use a knife for self-defense here in the United States. I am experienced. I know what a knife will do. I know what it won't do. I've made videos talking about some of the knife fights that I've been into. I mean, life and death type fights. And I know what they can do. Now, the thing is, and I've also mentioned before, seldom do I ever get one attacker on me. I just, a matter of fact, I can't even think. I can't even think whenever I had one person attack me. If it's robbers, burglars, stuff like that, a lot of times they're on their own and they don't want contact. They'll run away. So, even my robbery attempt where people attempted to rob me, they've never been by themselves. So, and then, of course, like I say, in the life and death conflicts, it's never been a one-on-one. I mean, it is one-on-one when I'm taking them on one-on-one, but there's always more. So, what it is, for me, I'm just thinking about me now. If I was to use a knife for self-defense, a knife isn't always that deadly. And then when you're going up against multiple attackers, it won't be, they're not, it's not for sure you're going to get a deadly strikes. So, can you imagine? I'd be sitting in court, and there's 3 or 4 guys sitting over there that are, I mean, they are cut up. And I say, self-defense. You see, it wouldn't look too good. In the American culture, if these 3 or 4 guys had bullet holes in them, I could get away with it a lot easier. I mean, I could look at the judge and the jury and say, hey, it was just self-defense. They could buy that. But when they see them all cut up, like I say, a brutal knife fight it is brutal. It's really a bloody mess, and for sure they're going to be showing pictures about being all sliced up and stuff like that. So it won't be. It's going to be hard for the jury because, like I say, the American culture, they just won't understand if I start cutting everybody up. And so the thing is, it's funny because I'm fixing to go back south, and I'm fixing to go on another adventure, and it's going to be even different than what I've been doing. And I thought what I was going to do is get some knives that are specially made and designed for knife fighting. Okay, now, and after matter of fact, I got them, and then after I got them, I looked at them, and that's what made me start thinking about this. I looked at them and I thought, man, morally, I don't think I can justify getting these knife fighting knives and carrying them with me. Because if I was to use them, I don't know, it just wouldn't seem right. I mean, I already carry utility knives. Um, Here on the ranch, I carry more fixed blade knives. But like I say, I carry folders, utility folders. And uh, if I had to use a utility folder just for self-defense in a third world country, um, I I would. Now, like I say, now here, even here in the United States, you might get some one crazy guy with a knife going around cutting up people, but you're not going to. Me, I'll put it this way: I don't come across. Oh, I guess I did. Um, I come across 3 Chinese and that was in the United States, that came at me with knives. So I made a video about that too. And but so I guess it does happen. But I didn't even use a knife against them. I used my bare hands. And so, but I don't know if I would use a knife for self-defense here in the United States. Me. Now I'm sure there's people that could, but like I say, it'd be hard for me. Kind of like when I got in that shooting. When I got the shooting in the convenience store, uh, I already knew the SWAT team. Uh, the upper management and law enforcement knew who I was, and they knew what I did. So it was no shock that I did what I did in the way of the shooting. And so I'd have to think really, really hard if I would use a knife for self-defense. But like I say, where I'm fixing to go and what I'm fixing to do, utility knives will have a value, and so I will be carrying them. And but anyway, what made me think about all this is realizing that I'm going to be going to a whole different culture, and this other culture, without a knife, you're really lost. You don't have a knife, and so but like I say, everybody around you does. Knives, machetes, this type of stuff. So you better have something. Now, and that's what made me start thinking about here in the United States and uh, the cultural difference on how this is going to happen. Most time people think of the knife stuff as a lower class is using the knives, and it, I don't know. I've never even thought about that. But like I say, because down there, even the rich people, like I say, rich people always have guns, and down there, or if they don't have guns, they have people standing next to them with guns. So, but down there, the rich people, they don't use knives. So maybe there is something to the poor people would use a knife. And poor people and travelers, because like I say, it's going to be, I won't be able to carry guns cross border to border and go to all these different countries. So I'm going to have to use other types of utensils. But anyway, I just thought I would mention this about knives. It's something you really need to think on. Something you really need to have. So I don't make any videos talking about, or well, I don't review anything. So, or seldom do I review products, and because everybody's styles, their needs are different. So these are things, but that's just something you need to think on before you get yourself a knife for killing. You better think if that's the knife you want to be carrying, especially here in the United States. A utility knife you can get away with. Something for killing somebody, it's something, I don't know. It'd be kind of like carrying a firearm. What are you doing carrying a firearm? Unless you're licensed or you have a need or stuff like that. You have There's answers. You have to put out some answers to some weird questions. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.